So I wonder where everyone else is.
I don't know. You still got your kids over?
Yep, yep. I have them over. They are staying in Virginia Water, which seems to be quite a fancy place.
Virginia Water. Sounds
And we were,
interesting.
and we were down at the seaside at my mum this weekend. Down, it's a place called Kirby Cross, which is between Clacton on the Sea and Walton on Naze.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's up that way. East, north, sort of northeast from London,
Okay.
towards the Harwich Ferry, where you
I have
catch.
heard of Clacton on Sea actually.
Yeah, it's where Nigel Farage is from. Well, not from, but it's his borough.
I see.
Not my cup of tea personally, but
Yeah, I don't really know what's going on. I don't watch the news. I don't read. I've had my moments over the years where I'd be obsessed with reading the Daily Mail. That's about it.
good. Some people are arriving.
Ross.
Okay. So one of the most important things in coaching when building the container is not to shame people. Why the fuck are you late? What time do you call this?
Gym time.
Morning, morning.
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 You cut your
Excuse
hair
me,
off,
why I eat
Ross?
my carrots.
You up, buddy?
You cut your hair off.
No, I got it tied up now. It's long enough to tie it off again.
Nice, nice work.
Got my hair back. My nervous system back.
Right.
I need to go get my glasses. I can't see anybody.
All right, you get your glasses. And then we'll throw Marlon in the deep end. He can build the container.
Okay.
Deep breath, Marlon.
Oh, that's not Olivia, that's her dog. Okay, so is everyone all right with this being recorded? You've all been here long enough to know that this gets recorded every session. This is for training purposes to help break stigma and global domination. So, but if at any time you want the recording removed, just let me know and it'll be removed without question. And what I do with the recordings is I take the transcripts and then from there I extrapolate data to measure it up to what the researchers are looking for in terms of recovery capital, recovery orientated systems of care, things like that. So we're aligning our training with the academics, the research of best practice, which is aligned with government's policy and the way forward. So this provides evidence for what we're doing, which brings credibility to the qualifications you're all going for. Well, so people don't just come and say, well, who are that lot? What are they doing? They don't know what they're talking about. We'll say, well, actually, we do based on our blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So yeah, that's why we record. All right, Marlon, in the deep end, build the container.
Yeah, I'm Marlon and I'm checking in. I'm really tired. And I'm quite I don't know, not angry. Yeah, see, I'm quite angry at myself because when I went away, I said to myself because I've really been struggling. I'd previously struggling with this tiredness that on the days when I'm connecting with coaching, I won't train or do any sort of physical exercise on them days, and every day since I've been back. I've been on coaching. I've trained before, whether I've done Muay Thai or paddle or gym. So today I just wanted to just, switch off and not come on here. But now I've started talking, I am starting to feel a little bit better. But I just need to really focus on what I say I'm going to do with stuff that's going to benefit me and prioritize, what I'm working towards. So I'm sure I'll come round in a bit. But yeah. And I've been really actually, there's a hell of a lot going off for me, to be honest. I'm really fearful around around my future of like what lies ahead, because I've got 6 months left on my visa here to try and create a passive income, because I don't want to have to come back to the UK. And a woman's come into my life as well, and I've spent the past 16, 17 days with her, and it's like, yeah, it's quite a lot. So there's a lot going off, really, and I can shut it off and pretend like there's not, and it's all right, but it's not. Everything's not all right. So yeah, that's me today, this morning for you guys. So yeah, I'll pass to Ross.
Cheers, Marlon. I woke up on the couch this morning, which was I quite like sleeping on the couch to be fair, but I've been watching the World Cup late at night, and I just nod off, and I'm a quite a heavy sleeper, so I woke up on the couch this morning. It's a bit strange, and got a knock on the door, and it was Tesco delivery first thing this morning. Our first ever Tesco delivery drop, which was life changing. Honestly, we were both putting it away, like looking at each other, thinking, "This is amazing. Why haven't we done this before?" So that was cool. But yeah, no, this week I can relate to like what Mark has said. Like I've got so many like sort of ongoing projects on at the moment that are like half finished, and sort of promises that I've made to myself that I've probably not following through on, or definitely not following through on. And yeah, just trying to manage life and you know, um, achieve what I want to achieve, I suppose, to make myself happy and um, make a nice future for my family and stuff. So yeah, there's a lot going on, but on the whole, I'm definitely heading in the right direction, and I'm feeling positive. Feeling positive, yeah. Olivia, last but not least, we've got David actually.
I am feeling good. Just plodding along. I've got no news. Nothing special happened. Apart from going to see Take That on Saturday night. That was really good.
Cool.
I'm going to see Mumford and Sons on this Saturday, so that should be fun. Apart from that, yeah, I'm just plodding along. David?
David chicken eating carrots. And yeah, thinking about where today's going to go. Marlon, this is your 8th class now. Yeah. Okay. And Ross, this is your 19th class.
Wow.
Okay. And Olivia, you're part of the furniture, which is fantastic. Okay. So let's Ross, you keep facilitating. Now you take over facilitation of the container. Marlon
Yeah.
started to build the container. You facilitate. And welcome who's just arrived.
Yeah. David F. Welcome. Can you hear us? Can you see us?
I can. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, can't see you. Oh, it's David F. from last week or the week before. I remember your face.
Hey.
How you doing? We've just all checked in. Do you want
I'm good.
to check in? You just literally just joined as we were finishing up there, so you want to check in?
I have to be relatively quiet because the co-working space I'm in at the moment is hosting some live training for about 50 people to my side. So I'll kind of slightly whisper. Yeah, I'm okay-ish. The thing I was talking about last week has started to touch all corners of my life, and none of us kind of know what it is. I was speaking to my co-director this morning, and he's getting really pissed off. And it has become a complete witch hunt, right? So that much I do know. So that's got very depressing, but I'm just trying to keep my spirits up, to be honest. So yeah, that's about all I can say, really.
Cool. Thanks. So we'll start with Marlon, just because you checked in first, though. Do you want to go talk about how you're feeling and how you've ended up?
I'll ask an open question, Ross. Say
Okay.
something like, so Marlon, let's start with you. What's
Yeah.
today's agenda? What should we
Cool.
talk about? Yeah.
Got that.
You
Yeah.
have to do less work.
Yeah. I get it. Yeah. So Marlon, like, what's today's agenda? What could we help you with today?
I suppose it's really personal boundaries, you could say. Yeah, personal boundaries. I feel like I've put a boundary in place to help me get the most out of what's really important in my life. And I've gone against what I've said I'm going to do, and now I'm paying consequences for it. Meaning, like, I'm not really, I'm on here, and I'm here, but I'm not really here because I'm really, really tired. And I know this has affected me previously in most of these sessions. I've obviously been away for a while, and I've made some sacrifices because I want more time on my hands to be able to pursue the work that I enjoy doing the most. And then the physical exercise is becoming a bit of an issue because I'm abusing it, you could say. And it's taking away energy from me that's needed for what I'm wanting to be my career. I'm not an athlete. It's like the question is like, why do I feel it's an absolute necessity to train over more than 7 times a week, whether that's paddle, Muay Thai, strength training, running, or yoga. So there's a lot going on, and it's like I need to make some more sacrifices and potentially like work with my boundaries instead of working against them, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. No, it does make sense what you just said. I mean, do you enjoy training?
Open question.
Okay. What do you enjoy about training? Why do you continue to do it?
Excellent question.
Because I'm 35, and I want to be in. I want cardiovascular is really important to me. I want to be really fit. I'm petrified of losing my fitness. When I have a child, I want to be that fit dad around the swimming pool, not the fat dad. And I like the feeling that's produced by training. After I feel great for a period of time. But then I'm depleted then. So I've really got to, on the days where a task needs all my energy and attention, I've really I cannot train on that day. It's a bonus after if I can get on and do what I need to do and then do it later on in the evening. I feel up for it. That's a bonus, but not before.
Mm.
But yeah, essentially it's because I like the way that it makes me feel, and I want to be in
Yeah,
tip-top shape.
conscious about the future. Well, they're all positive things from what you've just said. Like, you know, the training side of things obviously is beneficial for your mental health, physical health. Inspires people around you, the fact that I'm hearing that you're training 7 times a week, it's inspiring me. I'm thousands of miles away from you on a Zoom call. So you're doing positive things, like sounds like it's a case of like management, managing yourself, managing your time. Like, how can you carry on doing such a positive habit, but maintain the fact that you have got other commitments in your life to give energy to that you're lacking on? Sounds like
Excellent
you
question.
mentally as well. You sounds like that's also a workout for you, So it's kind of maybe taking its toll, looking into things the way you are and wanting to succeed the way you want to succeed. Like, how could you like manage such a positive habit that you do have? Because you can't, doesn't sound like you need to lose it. Just seems like you need to sort of manage it better. How do you think you could do that?
I don't know. I need to the way to manage it is by, on the days where where stuff needs most of my energy, it's just not is not to do it, but it seems to be easier said than done. I really struggle with um anything that's gonna be really valuable to me in my life, business wise, it gets put to one side. So I need to the discipline I have with training you know, needs to be moved into my work and business life. But trying to make that happen, it seems to be quite difficult right about now.
Mm, mm. So it's a case of like trying to find some balance there between, like having like your goals. Um, does it like take do your are your actions taking you like further away from your goals or like closer to your goals? How would you say like your
Well,
actions are, like the way you're living your life and, how, is it taking, what you're doing now taking you like towards who you want to be and what you want to be, or is it taking you like further away from who you want to be and what you want to be?
well, it's always a tomorrow's job. That's how it's been working for me. It's like tomorrow. I'll start tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll start Monday, or I'll
Bring the
start.
rest of the container in, Ross.
Yeah. Okay. No, I feel you. I can say I can relate to what you're saying, and I'm sure many people in this container can relate to what you're saying. Can anybody relate to
Yeah.
to Marcus and maybe ask some thought-provoking questions to kind of help him?
Olivia,
I was
you're
just
muted. The wisdom is coming out of you, Olivia. We can't hear it.
Do you know the days that you're actually working, that you have to work?
That's a yes/no question.
How would you like the container to help you?
Great. Great.
Um,
I wrote that
Great.
down.
I think I could be at like some accountability potentially. Don't know how that would work though.
What
Yeah.
does that look like?
I've been in groups before where you have like group accountability. So you're kind of like accountable to the group, and it just helps spread that out. It's a bit of a weird thing because I hadn't really encountered it before, but it's just sort of trying to do the things that keep you in balance for that you commit to, and telling the whole group what you're going to do, and then seeing how whether you achieve that or not, and then the group providing feedback on it.
I mean, Marlon, would you say you're doing anything out of the ordinary? You know, are you like really, really pushing yourself where you're exhausted and then you go into work, or is it a case of you're just doing a good solid workout? Is it? Do you think there's, I don't know, have you looked into anything within yourself, like your diet, or any sort of hydration, or any sort of, I don't know, have you got your blood checked for certain vitamins and whatnot? How far have you gone with trying to understand why you're tired?
I'll give you an average day. Basically everything comes last that's important. My average day is I'm up at 6 o'clock,
Sorry for laughing.
and I've got some morning rituals that I
Don't
do.
laugh. Don't worry about that. You're doing great, Ross.
I've got some morning rituals that I do. I meet a couple of the boys for coffee at 7 a.m. That goes on for about an hour and a half, talking shit. Then I went on a beach walk with a friend. Then I had a lay down because I was tired. And then I went to Muay Thai. I was sparring, and and I had an excruciating sparring session and skipping session and pad work. And then I went for some lunch and then laid down, and then I come on this meeting, knowing full well that I'm going on a 2 hour coaching classroom, like that's gonna I'm getting better in this environment, but like this whole like I have been known to struggle in it, so it's like I need I have like had help with my therapist creating like a traffic light system, like where green but gives me energy, and be careful of the days where it's you're in amber or red. I try and have more green, but yeah, I just seem to.
Is there something about the structure of the rituals that are basically coming before the priorities that you want to then achieve for a week or a day or a month? And it's what's the balance? That's a closed question.
I'm just going to come in here and just pause a container for a second. Yep. Okay, so we're coming here to learn about coaching. Yep. And coaching is a strengths-based solution wellness space. Yep. And it's a space that holds the coachee accountable to come up with their own solutions to what it is. Yep. Now, the first thing we did is, so what are we going to talk about today? What's today's agenda? So it's check-in, contract, build the container. What's today's agenda? And Ross, who was facilitating the container, went to Marlon. The topic was boundaries. Yep. So the overarching topic is boundaries, and the emotion that goes with that is anger. And Marlon said, I'm pissed off with myself because I make these commitments to do this, and then I want to do this, and this is important, and then this happens, and blah, blah, blah. So he's making choices in his life that's kind of conflicting. Yep. Ross then moved it to a positive well-being space and asked a question around what it is about his physical health that's important to him, what values is going on for him around that, which is a wonderful open question because it sits in the solution, yep, and it puts the accountability on Marlon to come up with that, yep. So our work here to practice is to practice open questions and not to do the work. Yeah.
Solutionizing.
And what Marlon's just done now is he's cast his spell out again, where it's like we want to come up with a solution for him. Have you tried this? Have you done that? Have you, yeah? And he just said, well, I went to my therapist and I came up with a traffic light system and all that. And that's him and his relationship with his therapist. Yeah. Like, that's not our role. Our role is like, fuck it, Marlon, what's important for you? Your health is important. That looks like you've got that covered. Your career is important for you, and you've come here to learn an additional skill set. Yeah. How is the one value impacting the other one? And how can you marry it up so you do both?
Mm.
Does that make sense to everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's like
Mm.
you,
Sorry,
Ross.
I just had to move.
You're a fantastic chef. Yeah.
Mm.
You like you know what it's like to work on super yachts. Yep. Your clientele, there's a niche in the market there for you. How are you going to go and build your practice, do that stuff? Yep. While being a father and valuing everything that's
Mm.
happening now at the home. Yeah. It's like, fuck, I just woke up this morning, we got Tesco deliveries. Wow, this is amazing. This is changing our life. You
Yeah.
know, it's really trying to simplify, to keep it really simple. Yeah.
Mm.
One bit of feedback I would give to you, Ross, is when you ask a question, just ask it, keep it short.
Yeah.
Don't like ask a question, explain why you're asking the question, what your
Mm.
thinking is around the question. It's like, so what are you fucking gonna do about it?
Yeah. Mm.
Oh, I can feel myself getting passionate
No,
here.
I appreciate that feedback, and I can definitely see like where that container was going and why you brought it back, and definitely see where I was going wrong and how I can be better for sure.
So,
Yeah.
so it's not an area of being wrong and getting better. We also need to just look at the language. It's like,
Mm.
so, okay, so that's another direction I could go. It's hard not to work hard.
Mm.
It's hard when someone brings a problem to actually just go, wow, you got a fucking problem.
Yeah. I think as well it's hard, like just back to the Marlon situation, and this is from my own personal experience more so than ever, and it just triggered me there. It's like, every time I was going getting a bag of Coke, I'd do my first line and I'd be like, I'm not doing this again. I contemplate throwing it away. And I'm like breaking these promises to myself on a fucking daily basis. So you almost get like, as an addict, you almost get like conditioned and a professional at breaking your own promises. And you get
Exactly.
addicted to that in the sense, you're addicted to these like emotional like breakups that you're having with yourself. And then it's like a fucking snowball effect, and
I,
then that's a habit you've learned that you're now taking into like sober life, and it's kind of propping up again in a way, without frapping. I don't know if that's a frap, but that's an observation that I can see within myself that I taken from like um drug addiction life into my normal life. It's like those patterns and those habits, although they're not illegal, they're not I've not bought them from a dodgy guy in a back alley or whatever. It's still kind of like an addiction, like a habit that I've taken into this life that I constantly need to work on, It's a bit annoying, but it's what it is. Mm. Don't know if you can relate to that, Marcus, or you can take something from that, Marcus Marlon. Um, yeah. Yeah, whether you made those promises to yourself when you were doing drugs, and I don't know, but I'm pretty sure most people do. They don't want to be that person.
So a good
Um,
question would to ask now, maybe, I don't know if it's a good question, we'll find out, but it would be something like so Marlon, when I share my story about being out of integrity with the choices I've made, how do you feel when you're out of integrity with the choices that you make?
Great question.
I feel like I'm letting myself down. Mm.
And what does it feel like now that you know you let yourself down?
It makes me feel really lost and isolated in my own head.
Mm. Okay, so that just makes me feel sad. Yeah,
Mhm.
straight away I just think fucking lost, isolated. Ow.
Yeah.
What would it feel like if you backed yourself?
If I backed myself,
Or what would be possible if you didn't let yourself down?
what would what? Sorry, David. I
What would
disassociate.
be possible, yeah, if you didn't let yourself? Like, what could you achieve if you didn't let yourself down?
I could reach my goals that I've written. I have written down goals and visions for July. I have written them down, and I'm probably being a bit dramatic. There is. I'm speaking. I am noticing a lot more. It's like one of my old patterns. It's like I've done a piece of work, I've got some money, and I've put the carpet slippers on as well. Like that's something else that's I've just chucked that one into the works as well.
What does
Um,
that mean? I've put the carpet slippers on.
I've like I'm all right. I'm comfortable for a bit. I'm relaxing, sort of thing. It's like that's like I can justify and rationalize. You know.
Oh, okay. So I did some
Yeah.
work and now so it's a bit like I went out to sea on an oil rig. I've done my term.
Yeah.
I'm back on
Yeah.
land
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna
Yeah.
go. Okay.
Essentially that as well. There's that's lingering around like
Okay.
that. I suppose that's what's feeding into the I'll start next week because I've got a plan. My plan is to build my brand, um, build my two social platforms. Um, I've created topics. I've created like a three pillar structure. Like I've got it all in place to do it, but it's just like pressing the button. And it's like I'm doing it when I'm
Ross, do
one.
you see how the energy's changing in Marlin?
I'm
Mhm.
doing it. I'm doing it in 1 year when I'm in 2 weeks when I'm 1 year. I'm going for it. That's like what's going off, and it's like that's one of my old loops. It's like next week, tomorrow, and it's like no, I can start tomorrow,
But
and I know it'll make me feel a lot better. I know it will be.
you've got the loops going. Yeah, you've got the
Yeah,
loops going, and you're also going forward.
yeah.
I mean, the pattern I get is like this.
Snakes and
Yeah.
ladders.
Well, yeah, but without the
Yeah,
snakes, it's just like, okay, here we go round, here we go round.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
So just going back to what you said before about, you want to be in great physical shape for, potentially children.
Excellent,
Why?
excellent.
Great physical
Yeah.
shape. Oh, right. So that's the next one because it's like because I'm going to be marketing myself and fitness is a big part of my recovery. It's like got it in my head like your body's your business.
Your
You've got
body's
to
your
yeah,
business.
you've got to be able to
Fucking hell, I don't want to be in your head, mate.
yeah, exactly. I know.
I'm gonna go put the laundry on. Carry on.
So like that's what I get in my head, like, you know, like
Mm.
because I'm gonna be marketing like myself and my lifestyle and that sort of stuff. It's like
But are you in shape though? Would you say you're happy with you happy with yourself or what?
oh I mean yeah, I'm in good shape, but
So are you achieving
like
that goal then? Are you in your own you in your own head about it, or are you achieving that goal because you just said that you've got a goal to be, fit and healthy around your children. You want to be, you want to be fit and healthy, inspire your children, or uh, it sounds like to me that you
I'm
are actually achieving that. Would you agree or not?
yeah, I mean that's the, the reason um why I do train hard is because uh I suppose it's something that I believe that I'm good at in the sense of all the stuff that I do, Muay Thai and paddle. So it makes me feel better. There isn't there isn't no like essential like I haven't got a place where I want to like be a certain weight. I don't have a goal within my physical. Like some people have
Mm.
like do a program or there's
There's no
nothing
like
to do.
triathlon lined
Oh
up for
yeah,
September or anything like
I'm
that.
doing a Bangkok marathon, yeah, in
Cool,
November.
cool,
Bangkok marathon.
Do
cool.
you feel like the exercise is becoming like a form of addiction as well?
Um well, it always has been, to be honest with you. Yeah, it always has been. Like, yeah. I mean, yeah, you could say that.
Do you feel like you've got the slippers on with your training as well?
I
Is that
think
an
I think
environment you're confident in?
I
You're
think
so
a big
confident that it's like,
I think a big part of it is this. I've always struggled to in work life, so I feel like physical exercise it 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 ticks a box in me, and it helps me escape from the worries of having to actually get down and do the grind and do and work, which is essentially going to give me an income because I've always worked in a different way, you know, over the years. I don't know. I think it does. I just find it very difficult. Yeah.
Comfort zone stuff, right?
What
Mm.
does lifestyle balance look for you?
Mm.
Well done, Olivia.
Lifestyle balance at the minute is I do a meeting, a 12-step meeting 5 times out of 7. Um, I have 2 calls with my sponsor a week. Um, I have a sponsee and I train 5 to 7 times a week.
If you
do you,
had like 12 extra hours in a day, what would you do with them?
Great open question.
If I had 12 extra hours in the day, what would I do with them? Probably sleep.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew you was going to say that.
Great intuition, Ross.
Knew it.
Mm.
Fair point. Do you factor in like energy output in your life? You just said there that you go and sit with your mates for an hour and a half in the morning and drink coffee and chat shit. I mean, that's an energy output. That's a long time to be talking and um spending time with your friends, like an hour and a half is, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's on
All
my
adds up. It all adds up.
every day. I do a schedule for the day with
Yeah,
no
okay.
expectations, and again, it's in a traffic light system. So like, what's green, what's amber, and what's red. Red's what like really it's like vampire sucks the life out of me. So like social settings, they do I think it is red, but then I go into it anyway, So I'm just totally completely going against my boundaries or like there's no cut off. It'd be all right if I potentially put a cut off point, but I'll just get there and I'll stay longer than I've said to myself. So I'm just going against everything that I'm saying to myself.
Why is it so bad to have that time with your friends then?
Pardon?
Why is it so bad for you to have that time?
Because socially in social settings, what I've realised is I really struggle to. It just takes a lot of the life out of me talking, and it's quite like it's quite transient. So there's people there that aren't that I'm not actually meant to be meeting. That friends that have brought friends. It's like a big coffee shop and next minute everyone just because it's a small island. There's like tons of people just like and you're like da 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 da, da, and I find it really difficult.
Mm.
Could
What
you plan,
about
sorry, could you plan like to stay like a little bit shorter than what you are and be kind of put your boundary in and kind of walk away after your boundary has hit that limit?
Yeah, I suppose I can do that. Yeah, I can try to. That's the intentions every day.
what
Perfect
in the
scenario, like where this time next year, what do you want to achieve? Like, let's just say from the business and from an income side of things, where this time next year, perfect scenario, where would you want to be?
Reachable goals. I want at least 20 clients. I want 20 clients, online clients. Um, I want to have created. Well, I'm in the process of creating a fitness retreat with someone. Well, when it gets taken off. So there's that, and like I want at least four potential living jobs with two previous companies that I've worked for. So that's what I want.
Sounds great. Sounds like you've got a good plan and you know where you want to be, which is massive, How how are you going to get there then? How do you think? What do you need to remove from your life and add to your life to get there?
I know I just need to remove the fear of like what I'm going to sound and look like, and pick the phone up and start literally, pushing content out. That's essentially what I need to do. Like really start tomorrow because I've got everything written down. I know what I'm talking about. I just need to put the phone in front of my face, reopen two old social pages which have a number of followers on them and people that were interested in my previous journey, and yeah, and go for it.
What line of work were you in before this
So I was
happened,
a
before the addiction side of thing? And
I was
yeah,
a recovery case manager, so I'd like live in for two private recovery wraparound companies where they're like one-to-one rehabs. So I'd essentially get a phone call, and if a client male was coming in between 18 and 50, I'd essentially go and live in and give 24-hour support for up to 12 weeks. And so it's like essentially like oil rig work. And then when I wasn't doing that, I was selling watches as well.
and you've done that from like school.
No,
Like what?
no,
Okay.
I went down a different stage for a number of years until I went to my first rehab when I was 29.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A different stage. That is a very politically correct answer.
I like
Marlon,
that.
This call is recorded. I don't want
Yeah.
to delete the
Yeah.
recording. Self-manage.
No, I was just trying to understand like your sort of professional working background and how you can like
Face-to-face sales, pharmaceutical.
pharmaceutical sales.
Face-to-face pharmaceuticals.
That's brilliant.
I get it. I get it. I get it. Um,
Okay, so let's just pause it there. Yeah. So come out of the space. What have we learned this morning in the first hour of this container? We'll whip around to everyone's
I'll start. I've
perspective.
learned that Marcus Marcus, sorry, Marlon's got a hell of a lot going for him, and he's a very inspiring guy.
Great.
Yeah.
And what did you learn
Awesome.
about coaching and facilitation?
I learned about the question that you ask is really important to aid the direction of the conversation and to put the responsibility on the client, not on yourself, to aid with their recovery and their future thinking.
Okay, excellent. So at class number 19, Ross, that's great learning around facilitation. David F, at class number 2, what have you learned?
Not to solutionize myself for someone else, which is my management consulting background automatically is my go-to, right? Because that's what clients paid you for. But in this case, it's not what you're getting. Not what you're trying to do. Also, that Marlon has a lot going on and has packed his life completely full. And it feels as if it's the stuff outside the comfort zone, stuff that maybe that's less familiar. He's planned it all and stuff, and that might be the challenge is how to move into that kind of space, and also this asking open questions. And trying to, I was checking myself. I was like, right, is that an open close question? When you just automatically do it in your head. So yeah.
Olivia, this is about your third round of this training, so excellent. And Olivia, I'm not saying that to I'm just bringing awareness to how much and how dedicated you are to this. Yeah? Like you're already certified.
I haven't got my certificate yet.
Well, if you haven't got your certificate, Olivia.
No, I'm still waiting.
So
I've learned that boundaries and structure is kind of really important in our lives because we can let other things come in and distract us, and just being aware of ourselves. See, David?
Marlon, what have you learned at class number 8?
I need to be really firm with my boundaries and my energy. Is this about what have I learned from myself? What have I from this session, or we're talking about just the whole
Whatever the question invokes, yeah. But just to give you some context, you came here to this training several months ago because you wanted to learn about coaching, recovery coaching, come here to learn to enhance your career. Yeah. And you were here for a bit and then you took some time off and now you've come back and hopefully you're continuing that learning. Yeah. So from that perspective, where are you at?
I mean, from what we've been talking about today, obviously of helping the coachee to find his own answer and truths. if that makes sense. So open-ended and short open-ended questions that's reinforced into my mind for when I'm able to coach. Um, I don't really know what I'm going on about, to be honest. Just that I need to listen to my own personal boundaries. That's about it.
Okay, so the one thing I would say to you is you don't need to do anything other than to maybe be fucking softer on yourself.
Mhm.
Jesus is a hard fucking you need to do yeah, wah, wah, wah.
Mhm. What, give
What
myself
I
some
would
more
like to say
compassion.
to you is, Marlon, if you just show up and you just sit in the container, it'll start to happen. Like this is the process part of the training. There's the theory stuff that you'll all do in your own time through the online stuff, because I all know how you spend your weekends reading the material and the content and doing all these, you spend all your time doing that. Then there's the practice where you go out and practice actual coaching hours. Yep. And then there's the process that what happens for us as we come up in this container. Yeah. That's what we're trying to fucking. So David F's just realized, oh fuck, I've got to stop solutionizing and step out of my management consultant mindset. Yeah. Olivia and Ross are just kind of really going, oh fuck, even though I know I'm meant to ask open questions, it's not so fucking easy when you've got to do it because we're so conditioned to ask closed questions and to come up with solutions. So just before we take a break, one continuum that I want you to remember, Marlon, is the continuum of wait and wail. Yep. So on the one end, we've got wait, which is why am I talking? And then the other end of the continuum is why am I listening? So when you're engaging with someone, it's like, well, why am I fucking talking? Let me listen to them. Oh, they're talking a whole lot of shit. Why am I listening to this shit? Let me step in and talk. And often coaching is about stepping in and saying, okay, listen, I've heard this. Where are we going now? What's the solution? What do you want to do? Why are you here? What's going on? Yeah, because sometimes people can get so caught up in that kind of, I'm going to say, victimhood of going to therapists and going to see doctors and going, there's a whole narrative that people get. Yeah, and sometimes you've got to step in and say, listen here, mate, you're fucking well. Yeah, you haven't fucking hit the crack pipe this morning. And if you had, we can still have a conversation. Yeah, one of wellness. Sorry, I'm gonna go off now on a kilt. Let's take a 9 minute break, 10 minute break, 11 minute break. She come back at 5 past.
5 past.
Yeah, all right, cool.
Cool.
I'm gonna frap you, Marlon. Go drink a double espresso. Oh, don't cry. Don't cry, Olivia. What's wrong?
I just poured a cup of tea all over my bloody couch.
Of your cat?
Couch.
Oh, okay. So you're sitting in a puddle of tea.
No, I turned it up, turned it around. I hope for the best.
It's
The
a, it's
instant
a,
fix.
yeah, it's amazing these things still happen when we're sober, huh?
Mm.
Yeah, the amount of times we've turned the cushion over when we were drinking, turn it over and again and again.
There.
All right, Olivia, do you want to build the container?
Yes. Okay. David, do you want to check in? David?
Yeah, all good. I've had to move into a little side meeting room because the training kind of was interfering. There was crosstalk and stuff. So I'm just like, yeah. And it's good to be here and good to learn some new things and remind myself of other things as well.
Who are you tagging?
Let's tag Ross. He's on mute.
Ross?
Cheers, Olivia. Feeling great for that first hour. Learned a lot. Feel like I've got more confidence. And yeah, it was nice to sort of hear Marlon's story and take, when you hear people's stories, you can relate. I didn't mention what I related to, but personally, I know that I can relate to a few things that Marlon said, and I feel better about myself for that. It's like helping him is helping me, kind of thing. I will pass on to David Collins.
Hello, this is David Collins checking in from Tooting Bec here in London. Yes, the capital of the world. Yeah, no, I'm checking in playful, and I'm also tired. Also have a fatigue. I go from fatigue to mania, fatigue to mania. There's no like kind of like, yeah. And I know I'm very biased, but I really do like the way we've structured this training to suit the journey that people go through in recovery. Yeah. So, for example, if it was a training that was structured, you join in January, you finish in June, Marlon wouldn't be here because he would have missed 6 weeks or something, 8 weeks. But because we got it structured, like come when you can, and so it's more structured around people that are in the chaos of recovery, trying to get the balance and all that stuff. I think the training holds people very well. If they're coming from the recovery community, the neurodivergent community, whatever. So I'm proud of that. And I will justify that space and want to protect it. I'll tag Marlon.
I'm checking in. Still really tired, but I'm excited to see what the second part of the session brings. I'm getting my feet, might get my nails done at 6:30.
That's a lot of structure in there, Marlon.
Yeah, I know.
I must admit, I find it so kind of culturally a bit of a culture clash still. And it's just the world that we live in. But for somebody that was in the face-to-face pharmaceutical business, then to kind of say, listen, I got to go, I got to get my nails done at this time. It's a bit of like, what the fuck? Where
Does anybody have anything else to speak about today? Anything else want to be brought up, or should we go back on Marlon again?
So, Olivia, what I suggest we do is we don't go to Marlon again,
Okay.
just because there's the psychological and emotional fatigue. Yeah.
Okay.
So kind of a rule of thumb, for not want of a better word, but just to try and,
Yeah.
spread the energy out in the container so that, yeah. So the opening topic was boundaries. Yep. And one of the challenges in the professional lived experience space is managing chaotic boundaries and still stay professional. Yep. So remember, Marlon a few weeks ago had to go into, well, in fact, there's been two cases that he's brought here. There was the one where he had to break into a facility to check on someone's safety. And then there was another case where a female participant was being very um, uh, provocative. I think that's a posh word for being using her sexual power to try and manipulate the situation. Yep. And Marlon had to make a choice around professional boundaries. Like, fuck, love, listen, I need to draw the line here. I think those two case studies that Marlon's brought has been a good indication of how we need to maintain those professional boundaries even when we're in the chaos of the hurricane of addiction. Like Marlon naturally knows what to do already. Yeah, he just needs to fucking believe in it and get a piece of paper that says, yep. It's the same with you, Olivia. You know what to do. Yeah, you got Bexley Council and everyone saying, please apply for this job, please apply. And there's part of you that's holding yourself back, that's keeping you small, that's stopping you from going out.
Yeah.
So why don't we pick on you?
Go on then. Love it.
Do you love it?
No, I don't. You know I don't.
Oh, okay. So what would be helpful for you in your practice?
Bit more confidence.
More confidence. Okay.
Yeah.
And where does confidence come from?
Should come from within, but it's not.
Have you ever felt confident? That was a closed question. Naughty David. Yeah. Where in your life have you felt confident before?
Bringing children up.
Great. And what did that look like?
As a childminder, it was building a relationship with babies right up until they were 12. Just like making sure they're fed, happy, potty trained. Take for days out for them to enjoy the world, like exploring and stuff. Yeah, so I was confident at doing that. Yeah,
And where did that confidence come from?
probably my childhood because of my parents passing, and then there was three younger than me. So I think we've come from a quite caring family. We all kind of look after each other. So my older sisters were
Olivia, I
having.
want to burst into tears. Just the way that you describe your family and your parents passing, and it's like,
Yeah,
fuck, we just had to get on and do it. And we
yeah,
just provided care, and it just like,
yeah. My sister had children by the time I was kind of gone into my teenage years, so I'd help them with their children, while they were working the farms and stuff. So it was like there's just been always kind of nieces, nephews, children, family all around me, really. So it was
life skills.
yeah,
You learn
just
valuable life skills. Yeah.
and teaching it to like babies. Like I've known like somebody come to me at 9 months and seen them go off to secondary school at 11, 12. And 4 children from the one family. It's like a really good experience. And then sometimes if I'm out now, I see them and they're having babies. I'm like, oh my God, I'm old.
So from that place, what do you need to take from that world, or what can you take from that world to bring it into this world you're in now?
I'm not too sure, really. So I know what, like, I've got stuff in my head that I know I can help people with. And I know I'm like got empathy and support people and all that kind of jazz. But I still feel I don't belong in that environment, maybe.
Oh,
I
imposter.
think it's that kind of like trying to get into jobs as a lived experience person. It's really difficult. I'm finding it really difficult.
And what's difficult about it? I agree with you. I'm just curious what's
I don't know. I probably know a lot more than what the people come from universities know, but still, it's just that I don't know. Big companies are scared of like hiring lived experience because they're in fear that they might have a relapse or oversharing and kind of not having any boundaries. I think I think that's what they're afraid of, you know.
Okay, so here's a fucking challenge that has nothing to do with you and your competence. It's got to do with the environment that we're working in.
Yeah,
So people are under pressure to employ lived experience. Yep, and they don't know what it is. And when they do employ it, they don't like what they're getting.
yeah,
And it's not just happen. It doesn't just happen in the coaching world. I mean, in the recovery world, but it happens in the normal kind of banking world, corporate world. That there needs to be a systemic change, a cultural change within the organization. They hire outside consultants to come in to say, okay, well, you need to change this. And then the organization doesn't want to change. And then they blame you or the consultants. Yep. So it's a setup.
hmm,
Yeah.
yeah.
On a practical term, have you had any replies, interviews, any follow-ups?
They haven't done the shortlist yet, so
And are there any tenders in Bexley?
what does that mean?
Tenders? Is there
Chicken tenders.
uh, people
Contracts.
yeah, contracts where people are saying we are looking for an organization to help us with this or that, or
Haven't seen anything, you know,
There's
in the job kind of thing that I've applied for. It has said underneath it like lived experience and ketamine, which they know that I do that all the time. Do you know what I do it weekly? You know, the ketamine and the smart and lived experience. So, and that's why they invite me to kind of help them structure things because my
well, they
voice is
invite you to
valued.
come and do the work and then they don't pay you. It's
Yeah,
fucking great. Wait till
yeah,
they start offering you in Greg's vouchers. Thank you for your time. Here's a Greg's voucher.
yeah,
Fuck's sakes, it pisses me off. It fucking winds me up. It's so abusive.
Yeah.
there
yeah.
is that treated like
Yeah,
an
but your lived
opportunity.
experience, you should be doing that because it's like,
Do you feel like
open
like
question, David.
oh yeah, of course.
Hmm.
Um, hmm.
What, when, how?
Why? Yeah.
No.
Why?
Try
Oh,
and
no.
try and
Avoid why.
avoid the why questions because it can get people defensive. Like,
Right.
why would you do that? Why are you taking drugs?
Mm.
Well, fuck,
Yeah.
have you taken drugs?
Why are you volunteering
Yeah.
there and not getting paid for it?
Yeah, those things. Yeah. A
Yeah,
question
fair
would
enough.
be is like, what is beneficial about you working there, especially if you're not getting paid?
What do you think you can do to change that
Great,
situation?
wonderful.
Well, I think I'd be more prepared for the interview, and I will probably mention a few things about, like, obviously, I'm going to mention a lot about lived experience, but I'll just mention, like, the job is asking for lived experience. I've lived experience. I've been volunteering here for over 2 years, when they come up to 3 years, and I'm ready to move forward. Whenever you don't hire me, I'm off ski.
So not only have I got 3 years of volunteer experience where I've been using my own lived experience as a volunteer, I've also been trained as a professional to use my lived experience as a profession. And this is what you're paying me for, is for my professional conduct that I'll be bringing to your organization. And in 6 months, I'll be asking for a fucking pay rise. I always fucking sabotage wisdom with some sort of joke. It's a
What
very bad habit of mine.
what sort of life skills can you take from your previous professions into your new profession?
Excellent, Ross.
I'm very kind of each child was different, and each child had different needs and wants. So I'll approach
Excellent.
that with clients. And I've got a good kind of rapport with the clients in Smart and in the ketamine. Like, they keep saying, like, oh, why don't you get a job here? And I'm just like, I don't know. I said, write it in a little box and post it to them. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. Yeah.
So what life skills from your previous profession do you think you could take into your new profession?
Well, I'm hoping I don't have to potty train anybody.
But look, with that though, the potty training, let's take it. What are you teaching?
Life skills.
What skills are you
Life
using
skills.
to
Yeah.
teach someone how to potty train? So patience is that's a great
Yeah.
skill. You got patience. What other skills are involved with potty training, like life skills, when you really think into it?
Um, yeah, patience is a lot. Um, just make sure they're comfortable and happy and fed, and speak to their parents about any issues, or if you notice anything that they're not kind of progressing with, then I would speak to the parents about whether they need to be referred on to, like, somebody outside of me. Like, some had ADHD that I kind of spotted, and
Diagnosed.
parents, and I didn't diagnose. I spotted. But then they communicated with the school, and then there was a kind of a system thing with the school and me, and the parents would all work together to support the child.
So communication is another great skill
Yeah,
that you can take into the next.
yeah. And then you become a marriage counsellor as well, because people turn up at the door and they've had a really shit night with their partner, and I'm just like, yeah, there's kids inside, I need to go in, but yeah.
You got quite a lot of life skills that you can take into the new profession that will give you some sort of confidence. Do you
I
think that
think,
or not?
yeah, I think once I get in there, do it, I'll be they'll probably see a big kind of difference, you know. But
I suppose addicts are like babies in a way, aren't they? Need
yeah,
looking after, it's like
I'm
starting
going
from
into
square one, you're
adults now.
teaching
Yeah,
people how to,
yeah.
depending
That's
on
what
what level.
that's what I say to people. I don't want to work with children anymore. I'm going to work with adults. It's pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, just kind of listening to them and kind of making them feel important as well, you know, offering them suggestions and let them kind of control their recovery, not me telling them what to do, if that makes sense.
Mm.
You know.
Do you feel like you have a lot of skills that can be crossed over into your new profession that you can use? Or
Yeah, yeah. I
more in
thought about going into schools and being a counsellor at schools. Um, that's another option for me, you know, and to work with young people in substance misuse as well, because I do kind of I can I can sit alongside them and just have a chat with them and don't make them feel like they've been told off, you know. So I've got that. I could go down that way, but I don't know.
Mm. So would you say you're good at communicating with people on different levels? Like,
Yeah,
are you good at communicating with
that's a
people on different
that's
levels?
that's a
Like,
yes or no answer.
yeah.
I'm okay. You know, my daughters are 28 and 21, and they've come to me and spoken to me about one of their friends or stuff like that, that have been using and need help, and would I speak to them? And I said, yeah, but like I ain't running after them. They're going to have to come to me, and which they have done. So I've kind of guided them into the rooms and stuff like that, because that's a big step for somebody new, and they're still in their 20s. So kind of supporting them along their kind of steps to get um into like recovery. I mentioned drug and alcohol unit to them as well, that they could come down there and register down there and get a key
Mm,
worker that will work alongside them, and then they can attend the meetings that are all down there if they don't want to go to AA or NA or CA, you know.
mm. How could you gain confidence? How could you gain confidence to take that next step into this new career?
Just have somebody to believe in me, you know. Just go, yeah, we're going to hire her, and then that'd be a big kind of broken down wall, if that makes sense. And then I'd be all set to kind of go, you know.
Mm. Do you believe in
Guys,
yourself?
I'm going to check out. I'm going to leave you in the capable hands of Marlon. Yeah. So go for it. I check out with a lot of joy. I will see you all soon. I'll see you on Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Thank you. Are you going to be round here for the rest of the hour, half an hour, Marlon?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to make you the host. Yeah.
Okay.
All part of the experience. All right, everyone. See you soon.
Bye.
I'm confused. So am I doing the checkout in a bit, in half an hour, or do you want me to facilitate now?
Facilitate now.
Yeah, just chip
Okay.
in. Help us out, Marlon. Jeez.
Pardon?
Yeah, Ross
Help
is
us
like,
out a bit,
Ross is
Um,
struggling asking me questions.
mate.
yeah, so I heard you say that you'd really like it if someone would believe in you, for you to be able to carry out the work. And then Ross asked for a beautiful question. which is it frozen, the camera?
No,
No.
you're looking
No,
good,
no,
mate.
no.
You're fully going, yeah.
You look like a statue then, Ross. It was mad.
Sorry, mate. I just
It was
concentrating.
crazy. Yeah, Ross asked a beautiful question, which really resonated with myself because it's actually, it's something that I'm in that position, Olivia. For instance, I'm just going to share my experience around that. Is like I've got some great projects that can happen, um, and I've got experience with these type of projects, and like when I'm looking for validation from my friends say to me who've got no, they don't understand and no modalities about coaching or anything like that, and they're like, I believe in what you're doing. I've always believed in you, and they say to me, but it's all right, me believing in you. Like, what? How do you feel about believing in yourself? And I'm like, wow.
Hmm.
Then Ross asked that question. Then and it really resonated and hit home with me. And it's like, what's it look like to believe in yourself?
Hmm. Yeah, it's a tricky one, isn't it? It's just like you don't want like your ego to kind of go ahead with you, but you have to kind of bring yourself, ground yourself again, because if you think too much about the future and then it doesn't happen, then you start like feeling shit again, you
Mm.
know.
But don't, I shouldn't be really saying that, what I'm saying. I'm going to
Say
try
it.
and reword that. No, no, I'll tell you what I was going to say, then you can maybe like help me along. I was going to say, don't think a lot of people right now confuse ego with experience. They're like, oh no, if I project my life experience in life and my knowledge, like, oh, I'm now egotistical because I just know what I'm talking about. I think it's a fine balance between being not being egotistical and thinking like you're a know-it-all when you don't, and then just being confident in life. I've been through these experiences and um I want to use them to
I've
my
I've
advantage. So
I've certainly
I
experienced
shouldn't
that.
have said that really. I should have worded it a lot differently. I know if David was here, I wouldn't be getting a slap wrist right now. But I just maybe um just thought I'd share that.
Yeah, I get that as well. I understand where you're coming from,
Mm,
you know. But like my daughter, like their unit rang me up a while ago and they asked me to do something else. I spoke to my daughter about it and she'd done the why question. Why are you doing all that, Mum? Why are you doing that? They're not getting even paid for you. They need to start paying you, Mum. And I'm just like, yeah, I know, but still. But because they can see how far I've come. I've done like the last 2.5 years, kind of reading up about addiction, and I've like done my groups, and everybody seems to be come back every week, and new people come in and out and stuff like that. Um, and I commit to it every Tuesday and every Wednesday as well. Like I commit to it unless something happens with like my son and I have to take like tomorrow I can't do the ketamine because it's his sports day. But I can't do that. I'm going to choose my son, obviously. Um, but then I've got this thing as well because I've just got my son back in my life. Um, like I pick him up from school on a Friday, I drop him home on a Sunday, and I've been doing that since January now, and he likes that. So if I was to get a job Monday to Friday, will they let me leave at 3 o'clock to go and get him? Because it takes me an hour to get him. He's an hour away from my house. And then I got to consider the traffic as well because of school traffic. He does like art club after school, so it's 4:30. I pick him up on a Friday. Like, would I be able to do that? And then in the 6 weeks holidays and in the Easter holidays and all that, will they give me some time off as well to kind of be with him?
Olivia,
Yeah.
is all this stuff that you've just been speaking about, is that what you feel you're up against? Because you're talking about you've got your son back in your life and you're talking about traffic and potentially not being able to see your son. Would you say that that's a bit of a block between you and moving forwards closer towards your goal?
No, because that's something that I want to do.
Okay. Okay.
I've missed 2 years of his life, so I want to show up
Okay.
when he needs me now. And I'm like this last weekend, I normally pick him up on Friday, and then I went to the
Yeah.
concert, so didn't pick him up on Friday, and I felt so guilty about that.
Yeah.
I'm really, really guilty. Even though I picked him up Saturday and had him until Sunday at night, I felt really bad. And then this weekend, he's got I asked the dad to pick him up on the Saturday, and I pick him back up
Yeah.
on Monday or on the Sunday morning, and he's going, "Oh, Keane's really upset," and I'm just like, "Oh, what can I like? What do I not go out? Do I not do anything? Do I just constantly have him every single weekend, and that'd be the end of it?"
You got a mistaken a bit where what I was saying. I know that
So
you know your son, and that means a hell of a lot to you, but I'm talking about, like, we were talking about actually going into a professional capacity into a paid role of work, and then you were then saying, but you were doing the bits, but then if they won't let me have them hours, then there'll be traffic. Is that something that's stopping you with because until you actually go for that job role, and then you potentially deliver, like, this is what I can do, then you get the answer now.
well, I spoke to my sister. She's employs people and stuff like that, um, and I spoke to people in the unit, and they said that go for the interview. If they give you the job, then you give them your times that you can have, like Monday to Friday. That might be like working half hour in my lunch all week, so I leave, so the hours are still being consistent. But if they want to give me the job, then you approach all that kind of stuff. So that's probably the kind of way I'm going to do it, really. So yeah, so that's why I'm like, and not like, if I get it, it's great. Like it'd be great. But if I don't, then I don't have to worry about the picking up my son. So it's like,
Does a big part of you want this job role?
yeah, yeah,
And is it something that you've wanted for quite a long time?
yeah. I think after the first year of recovery, and um, I was felt well again and stuff like that. But then I ended up going in and out of hospital because I had back problems. But since that's all been dealt with, so that's been dealt with last December, and I've been well consistently since then. So yeah, that's something that I want to go into now.
Would you say that, like, that sort of role and that work capacity, is that something that's a big part of your purpose?
Yeah, yeah, and I put so much into like doing all of this, and then I do my own stuff as well. Like done my level 3 in counselling, just completed that. I'm at the kind of road to do my level 4 in counselling, and then be part of the BCAP, or whether I'm going to go down a different road. So I've got all these things
And then how many
going
years
on.
how many years experience of alcoholism have you got?
Probably about four or five. I
Mm.
kind of went. It was in my late 30s when I went into drinking more. It was like in COVID time, and then that just like it was like I'd go out at the weekends when my girls used to go to their dads and stuff like that, just like any normal person. Then I just kind of sipped in the week, and then the progression happened really, really quickly for me, and then I got really, really ill. Like my skin was yellow, my pupils were yellow. I was like underweight. I was no blood inside me. I had to have blood transfusions, everything. I was really, really ill. Um, so I've got all that experience that I can help people with, You know, I've gone through court for 2 years. I've got all that experience to help another person to be like what you need to be doing and what you not need to be doing. With the court systems, I've got contacts of like experience, like because I had to go to contact see my son. You know, I've got all that as well, not just like the recovery stuff. I've got other bits in my head that I can kind of sit down with somebody and work a plan out with them, you know, about what action should be taking place, especially when you're going to court, you know.
So what I'm hearing here is a lot of experience,
Mm,
more experience than probably potentially a lot of other people that other people haven't got.
yeah,
And there's this saying, and it's like, you know, the past is our best asset today.
yeah,
Now that's what I try and hold on to, because in a different sort of way, like what you're sharing about your struggles to making that leap of faith and putting yourself in that work role that you visioned yourself being in. It's like it's very similar to me in the sense of like I've got an idea of what I need to do. And
yeah,
I like when I shared earlier, like I've just got to pick the phone up and just consistently. But I know it's a little bit different. But
yeah.
there's like you could say like there's a block between me doing that and a block between you making that jump.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's quite interesting.
yeah. It's like, and then like because I've been on university credits for the last 2 years, you know, that's going to be gone, and I'm going to have to be. It's just fucking scary shit. You know, I'm just like, oh God, but I can't live on university credits any longer. I need to kind of get out of that.
Yeah.
You know,
How's the word fear sit with you?
I have fear of going back to the way I used to be, like in the alcoholism. I have so much fear against that,
Yeah.
or towards that. But fear, yeah, I'm nervous about going into interviews and things like that.
Yeah.
You know,
So there's two ways of looking at fear. So it's like false evidence appearing real, or face everything and rise.
yeah.
And
What
that's
about
where
guilt,
I'm.
Olivia? Is guilt holding you back from your past? As a,
Um, yeah, I've accepted like what happened with my son because I could hold loads of resentment towards my ex, because of how long it took him to actually realize. But I don't have any resentments. He done the best thing he done for our son at that time, and I have to keep reminding myself of that, not to get caught up in that resentment. Because as soon as I start doing that, that's when you start going into your own head, and it just gets nasty, you know. Um, yeah, yeah. What will be will be. I can't change anything that's going to happen, can I?
yeah,
I can do my best
you
at
can.
trying, but I can't do
Mm,
anything about the outcome, can I?
No.
You know, so
yeah. You can. You're right. You can only control what you can control. What
yeah.
yourself, basically. Um, Again, like where would you like? Where would you like hope to be in like a year's time? Like what sort of like what do you if you could look at yourself in a year's time from now? Where would you like to be?
I would like to be in full-time job, seeing my son as much as I can, and probably get on the property ladder and get myself a little two bed for me and my son when he comes to stay. So that's what, and the only way I'm going to do that is by getting a job because nobody's going to give me a mortgage on university credit. So, you know, that's the plan. And I'm 50 next year. I need to sort my shit out.
Do you Do you feel like you're far away from your plan?
No, it's just it's there. It just needs to kind of go over that little step, and then yeah.
Precipice. If there were like, if you could choose three to five things that would really help you get there, really enable you, what do you think those things would be?
I'd need to have a discussion with Kian's dad about me going into employment and how picking him up from the school on a Friday might have to change. That'd be one barrier that I'd have to kind of overcome. Getting a job, that's the barrier. And then take more control over my finances and get myself a property, maybe.
Which one of them that you described would you feel would be number one, which could serve it all? If that makes
Probably
sense.
speaking with my ex, but we don't communicate only through emails. So it's difficult to kind of read he's like how he's feeling because it's all through emails, So I don't I don't want him just to go okay then or whatever and have the ump with me. I want to be able to have a conversation with him about it and see could we kind of do something where both of us are working and we both help each other with the care of our son. But that's easier said than done because Dad doesn't speak to me. They're all gone so quiet.
I know, we're all just contemplating. I think it's the question is what's going to help you get employed, right?
Yeah.
What are the things you can do to
I don't think
boost your
I can
confidence?
do anything more about being employed with this particular job because, I've had 5 people probably reach out to me as soon as as soon as the job application went on, ringing me up, emailing me, telling me to go do it. That's all I can do at the moment. And then, like, if I get the interview, then just go through like safeguarding and the policies and stuff like that. And I can do groups. They know I can do groups. It'd be like taking on the case management of like 50 clients, which I've not done before. I haven't done that kind of side of things, and I haven't done the computer side of stuff, the way the system works. So I'd need training on that. But that because it's a trainee job, that should be all given anyways,
Yeah.
So there's not much I can really do about it,
Are
I
any of
don't.
those people that rang you, could they, I mean, this is a close question, but could they write a personal referral for you because they've rung you to say apply for it? And sometimes that makes a difference, that kind of thing.
I think they probably have spoken about it too. I think they're not writing emails or anything like that. I think it's kind of people have spoke about me in there, that are key workers.
Olivia, did you say that you had an interview set up, or
No,
they're asking
no,
you to come in for an?
I've applied for it. It went up about 4 weeks ago, must be 3-4 weeks ago. They asked me to apply for it, so I did. But then it has to be shortlisted, and then it needs to go for the interview. But it takes a little bit of time for things to kind of happen.
So you're waiting for them to get
Yeah.
back to you to let you know if you actually have an
Have
interview
an
or
interview,
not.
yeah. And when like I go tonight down there and like, they'll say to me, "Oh, it's been shortlisted. Did you get an interview?" Or they will say it's not. It's still not shortlisted yet. You know,
Is
as
this
of last week, it wasn't shortlisted.
Hmm.
But there's 2 other volunteers applying for the job as well.
Yeah.
So, but I've been
what is the actual role and what does that look like?
trainee recovery substance misuse key worker that does ketamine and yeah, just do. That's all I really said about it. One of the big things is ketamine. But last Thursday I'd done a thing with the doctors, a doctor in the unit, and she'd done a class in the council from 9:30 till 4:30 last week, and I work alongside her anyways. Like, you know, she writes papers all about the ketamine. She's proper known in kind of up London and London Molesley, so she kind of she done a training day, so I went along to that as well. So I've had that training as well, as I've been doing the ketamine group since January as well. You know.
Okay. Seems like a
Go on, Ross. Go on, Ross.
no. Go on.
So you basically you are waiting to hear back to see if you actually have an interview.
Yeah.
So I'm just so when you're talking about like you the idea of like you're a bit unsure about taking on 50 clients, you know,
No, I
and
don't think I'm not unsure they would be. That I
okay.
need training on there. I think I'd be okay to. The thing is, I've gone through there. I've gone through like when you meet your key worker, the
Yeah,
questions that are asked. I've gone through all of that. I have that experience already as a client, so I know the questions to be
yeah,
asked and all that kind of stuff because I've gone through all of that myself. And I know when I was lying to my key worker, he was going,
yeah,
"Olivia, you can't kid a kidder." He says, "I know you're lying." And I'd know if somebody would be bullshitting me, you know. I'd be able to pick up on that, you know.
yeah. So the word that keeps popping up into my head is like believing in myself. Like you've come through. So I'm hearing you've come through that system yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's essentially like with my experience of when I first went to a rehab 7 years ago, and I went to that rehab as a client, and
Mm.
then I understood how that system worked there, and then
Yeah.
and then I got asked to volunteer, and then started working in it, and it's
Mm.
essentially the same for you. You know, you've gone there, that
Yeah.
helped you get to where you are, and now you're wanting to,
Yeah, like they got me into rehab, so I know that. I know what
yeah,
I know the rehabs like set up. I
yeah,
know I got well through AA as well, but I do a smart recovery facilitator. So I've got experience with AA and as a smart recovery. So that's kind of so if people want to kind of go down the AA route, I can help them along that. And if people want to do the smart, I can go along and do that with them as well. You know, so I've got them 2 things for me as well.
you've got massive amounts of experience and knowledge and signposting.
Yeah. I'll just
So
have to say all of this when I go for the interview, you know.
do you feel like you're thinking about this scenario quite a lot around like it being shortlisted and other people are going for the role? Is this something that you're thinking about a lot?
I'm thinking that maybe one of the other 2 might get it,
What
possibly.
would make you what would make you say that?
I think they've got more to do with one of the people that is going to be doing the interview than me. So,
Okay.
but I'm 3 years, they're only a year, you know.
Mm.
You know. So yeah, we'll just have to wait and see when I check my emails every day to see do I have got an interview, but nothing comes up. And I'm sure if I'd done one, somebody'd ring me. You know.
It's really inspiring to hear all the hard work that you've put in. You know,
Yeah.
you've put some graft in.
Yeah, because I'd done the same as you. I'd done the rehab, and then when I came out of rehab, they asked me to go back there and help. So I'd done that. I volunteered there. I was like their chef. You're gonna laugh at that, Ross. But if no, really, the chef, because I used to cook all the time, and because I've got loads of family, we're always cooking for loads of people, you know. So, if the chef ever was sick or unwell, they'd ring me up and ask me to come in, and I'd have to like cook for all the clients. And then when I was
Right.
cooking for all the clients, I could speak to them like the new people, and go like, "I've been here, like how are you getting on," and all that kind of stuff, you know. Stick with it, you know, like da 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 da, you know. So I've done that for about 6 months, and when I came out of the rehab, I went back to the unit, and they do a 6 weeks aftercare thing with me, with everybody that comes in from rehab. And I'd done that, and after the 6 weeks, my key worker said, he said, "I don't want to see you anymore, Olivia. The only time I want to see you," he said, "the only time I want to see you is to see you volunteering here." He said, "I don't like it. Like I'm good. We're good." And then I've done that ever since. You know.
Yeah, I did the cooking jazz as well at a drop-in centre in Sheffield. Yeah, cooking for the homeless, their breakfast and lunch. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I'm just conscious about time, guys.
Yeah, I think I've
Is there
spoken too
anything
much. I think
that we can do?
I'm going to go sleep now.
Is there anything that we can do for you, Olivia, or help support you?
Nah, it's fine. It's all
Cool.
good.
Has anyone else got anything to share before we check out? No. Olivia, would you like to check out?
I'm looking at Ross. Is he frozen? No, he's just blinked.
No,
I don't frozen
I want to
again.
share a story about an ant.
Okay, come
The
then.
story about the ant. Okay, so I sat down at my desk today on my table. And I noticed ant on my table. I'm thinking, God, that ant's travelled far. Like it's gone up my table leg and gone upside down underneath the table, and then gone on top of my table. And anyway, I flicked it on the floor. It came back. It's come back side on my laptop, and I flicked it on the floor again. And for 4 times, it's like gone on the floor, come back up the table leg, and got back on the table. So keep going.
Keep
That's a
going.
little life lesson off the ant there. Just no matter
It's
how many times
resilience.
you get knocked down and feel like maybe someone's not hearing you or valuing you, you got to keep going because one day somebody will.
Yeah.
Whether that's believing and having value within yourself, and you believe in that yourself, or someone else doing that to you, like I think you can always going to get knocked down in life. Just keep getting back up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, thought I'd share that story. You've seen this fucking ant coming back every 2 minutes. But no, I'll check out again, like inspired, sometimes you're trying to think of excuses not to do this call or not to do that workout or whatever it is you want to do. But I think once you do it and you start opening up, you feel so much better for it. Learned masses today from everybody who spoke. Checking out with more confidence, with better understanding of myself, and it's grateful for everyone's time, sharing what you have. Check in Olivia. Check out with Olivia. Pass on to Olivia.
I'm checking out tired. I'm overthinking everything now again. But I am going to start having more confidence in myself, I think, because I need to go into that interview with confidence. That's what I need to do. basically show them that I am the person to employ. Yeah, so apart from that, it's been all good. Thanks, Marlon, for sharing this morning. Yeah, it's been a good 2 hours, and I thank David.
Yeah, no, I'm got major toothache at the moment, so I'm trying not to focus on the pain. I really hate toothache, so I'm gonna go buy some painkillers. But no, it's been good to listen and try and ask the right open questions. It's good practice. It's reminding me of some of the stuff I did earlier in my career and some stuff that was really good. So yeah, it's been a good session. Thank you, everyone. And I'll tag Marlon.
Yeah, cheers, David. Yeah, really enjoyed today, guys. Thanks for sharing, Olivia. It was really interesting. I was reflecting. Oh my God. Sorry, guys, my phone keeps ringing. I was reflecting. It was like a mirror when you were talking, Olivia. I was like looking at myself at the same time, so it was really good for me. And thank you for everyone else's shares. Cheers, Ross. Cheers, David. I'm checking out Grateful, and I've really got to shoot. So sorry, guys.
Okay.
All right then.
All right.